Yep.
But no one closing up.
I know. Quit jerking off. Let's go.
I'm out now, man.
Come on.
I'm out now, bro.
I told you I wasn't playing this game anymore.
Alright, bro.
Come on.
I'm out now, man.
Come on.
I'm out now, bro. But no one closing up, bro. Okay, bro.
Hear that? That's the sound of money. You wanna know what sound of money is? That's it. Ching, 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 ching. Ching, 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 ching.
Hey, a rabbi, a priest, and a laundromat owner walk into a bar. Oh, we can't tell those jokes on YouTube? Really? Alright, the lawyers and the censors people told me I can't tell those kind of jokes, so we're gonna have to stick to changing out, fixing machines, and working on my equipment. Because the jokes are just going to get me all kinds of dings and scratches and checks, and I'm going to get banned, and then the YouTube police are going to run me over. So none of those jokes, I'm sorry. Let's get to it. Now here's something that's never good. When you see both red lights on, when you come to your laundromat on a Monday morning after the weekend, that means at some time that change machine stopped working and you're out of business. I wanted to show you, here's the chain, here's the bill validator. It just has one cord that plugs in, a little 6-pin connector. Just leave that there for now. And that's what it looks like when you take it out. Got a hole, spare wires for another gizmo we don't have. So let's try to keep those out of the way. That's what it looks like. The nice thing about these changes is they have a blank slide down, so I can actually slide that over for now and it covers it up. So we should be okay for a couple hours. But well, today's fun project, bill validators. Number one thing that happens to these things is they get a lot of dirt in them and then they don't work. This bill validator lost the mechanism inside it. It actually pushed. You can see it there. It actually stacked the bills for you. So this is a spare parts anyway. And this came out of the change machine on the one I'm doing the change out on for you. I'll call that the West Laundromat, number 2. And people kept asking, you know, what was wrong with the change machine? And once again, I'm so used to doing this over and over and over again. I mean, you have to realize in 13 years, I've changed out my laundromats 5,000 times. So to me, it's very mundane and I forget to explain things. So in this video, I'm going to explain what was wrong with it. Basically, it would just go out of service. So what that told me is it wasn't the stacker, it was this mechanism on the bottom. Somewhere the sensor was dirty or something, so the minute it would start to sense a bill, it would automatically cancel it, and then right away it would just go out of service. So if it would take the bill and go halfway up, or if it would go up and then it wouldn't push it in, I would know that was the problem, but all that part was all working, it was this part. So since I buy my change machines all the same, they're all the same, I can easily just take parts off this spare one that I know this part's broke, but this part's good, and I can make one really good one. Now, I'll take a few other parts off and save them, because I'm cheap. All right, well, to get this little gizmo off, and you can see it actually goes into this case here, we have to take this front thing off, the front bezel. I call them, let's use technical terms, okay? This is a bezel. And it's got 4 Phillips head screws we just take out. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Keenan, why don't you get a longer Phillips head screwdriver so you're not right on top of it? You know, it is silly I use the short one because honestly I just don't have enough room for my hand and everything. So maybe next video I'll get a little bit longer one so I'm not so jammed up like this, you know? Just pops right off and you can replace these too. Now, one thing I love, we're going to talk about this for a second. Get a bezel with the lights on the front. Don't get one where it has no lights. Why? people don't know it's not working if they don't see lights. So get one with the lights on the front. If people don't see the flashy little lights, they won't use it because they think it's out of order, because what they need to be told that this thing's running. So don't ever get a bezel where if it lights up inside like my other ones at the laundromat, great. But don't ever get one that doesn't light up. I have one, and it's supposed to be a high dollar bill validator, and it is great, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't light up. You have to look up inside there and you'll see a flashy green light way up in it. I don't like it. It's great, but my customers don't know it works half the time. So get one with lights. People need lights. There's another piece of metal comes off. Now see, this bottom part literally just unplugs out of the computer board here. And that's it. I mean, this part's still good. We know the motor down here is still good. The belts are still good. It's just this mechanism up here. And if I was really talented, I could pull this out. This is kind of tricky. I'm going to tell you that right now. I've tried a couple times and failed miserably. So now we're going to take the one we're going to actually make into a good one. Once again, we get the short Phillips head. I'm sorry, because my hand's going to be in the way twice. We got to pull the bezel off. Now this one's a little different. The other one just popped off with the bezel. This bracket, this face is a different style. So it actually screws in separate from the bezel to the bill validator's money box. So we just pull out there's three Phillips head screws. Once again, sorry about the screwdriver. Then you see all the dust in there? Can you see that? I mean, look at that. Molly Maid missed that. You know what I'm saying? That's how these things go bad. They get all that dust. So we're going to go ahead and clean it while we have it apart. Okay. All right. So now what I do is I just take a brush. Compressed air would be a great thing too. But I'm going to knock out the big stuff with this first. Now, that's a lot better. I mean, dust, man, I'm like yelling at this thing. Dust on a circuit board can actually ruin it if you didn't know. The dust can actually produce an electrical current or a shock to it. And people have warned me about that over the years, you know. That's what can really kill a computer. And if you didn't see, I just plugged that right back in. Now, we just go back in the same order as we came out. We know that this little gizmo goes back on this way. We got to put our cord back where it goes. It just fits. It has a little recess. Has a little recess right there that it fits in. And then the bezel just fits right over all that, like that. Real simple. This is nothing high-tech, folks. We're not building a space shuttle. And then we just go back and we remember which screws we used. And once again, I'm sorry about the Phillips head screwdriver. We just go back in the same order we took it apart. Now, if this was magnetic, that'd be sweet, wouldn't it? I'd really be standing tall cotton. All right, now, this bezel was at another laundromat, and so I don't use that at this one. I want my bezels to match. This one will light up inside. It'll glow pretty good, so I'm not too worried about it. Just goes in reverse order. We just plug this back in is all we do. That just gets plugged back in there. Now we flip the on button on. Let's see what she does. Now we're gonna go out there and put a bill in it. Now we're gonna go out there and put a bill in it and see what she does. Yeah, I can help you. What's that? Hang on. I don't know why it spit it out. There we go. Yeah, no problem. They're finicky little things. No, I just work on stuff. You got some complaints or something?
No, I was in here last week and one of my washers didn't work at all. I lost my money.
How much money did you lose?
$2.
Okay, I'll get you some money here.
I don't never leave a number in here. I've never seen you. Oh, okay.
It's way up there. I know. I'll get your money here in a second. You said $2?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to finish this one.
I think that one, what happened is, well, somebody put money in, they didn't finish putting money in.
That was dumb.
It happens all the time. It happens all the time. I'll get you some money. Should have just gave you some change. Here's your $2 back. Sorry about that. Oh, I know. It's just. All fixed. We got a cricket. They all working? Okay. I just want to make sure. Turn the heat down. Jesus. It's like Grand Central Station in here. How does it get on 70? I got to figure out how this thing's programmed, like, dude. Now, one thing I didn't talk a lot about yet, signage. Change machine, change machine. Soap machine, soap machine. Change, change sign. I even put, about the locking doors up here. I even put what the hours are up here. I even have a fancy sign for the people that are going to tear it up. Remember, this is your laundromat. Please take care of it. Now, I don't expect you to run the place. Now, for fire code, your mechanical room has to be labeled. Bathrooms were labeled till they stole them. Playing loud music in the park. That way. No sitting on folding tables. Do not leave clothes. Please be respectful of others. No beads in. It will not help the dryer. People put beads in the dryers. Don't ask me why. Only use dryer sheets in the dryers. No shoes in the dryers. No oily or tar items in a washer. No freshly dyed clothes in a washer. This all sounds so simple, but it's not. These people will do everything that's on that list, and they'll add a few. They'll come up with some stuff that you and I haven't even thought of. Like you saw that kid in the washer in one of my videos. I guarantee you one person at a time or another thought it would be cool to wash their kid that way, not realizing that it could kill them. These dryers, I guarantee you somebody has gotten in there and turned it on and said, ooh, this would be fun, until it starts spinning, or it burns the belt up, or they get burned. So if you're going to own a laundromat, you better be ready for this and not be shocked by it, because it will happen to you. Hey, welcome back. If you haven't done so already, why don't you hit the subscribe button if you like this content. It really helps out us little guys a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you show up to your laundromat and you see that, see this lid? This should be down a little ways. Somebody decided to open that up, and I'm not 100% sure why. I'm actually telling this guy right now to stop coming in here and messing around at night, because after I did the video where I caught the guy's clothes getting stolen, we were watching the video, we accidentally stumbled across this. So the other guy saw this and he's like, oh my god, I can't believe that goes on. I go, I can't either, but I recognize this guy. You see I stopped, turned all of a sudden and went back to him. It's because I recognized him. And I just wanted to give him a friendly warning. Hey, tonight you're not staying here. But you'll see in the video. I got nothing, sorry. Time to go, buddy.
I'm out, man.
Yep.
We're closing up.
I know. Quit jerking off. Let's go.
I'm out now, man.
Come on.
I'm out now, bro.
I told you I wasn't playing this game anymore.
All right, bro.
Come on.
I'm out now, man.
Come on.
I'm out now, bro. We're closing up, bro. Okay, bro.
You know you're right on camera.
Yeah, I know, man.
So you like running around naked and being on camera?
No, I'm homeless, bro.
Well, I don't. There's a shelter down the street, so I don't know what the deal is with that. You know, you can go down there.
I'm going right now, bro.
Yeah, well, you need to go there and stay there.
All right, thank you.
Because next time I come back, I'll just see on camera. I'll lock the doors from where I'm at, and I'll have the cops come haul you off.
All right, bro.
I mean, I've been nice about it, but obviously nice doesn't get me anywhere.
All right. I hear you, bro. Hey, you've been a good sport, man.
Yeah, no problem.